Now it's time to go back into the DCEU. We've been having a great time watching all the DCEU movies, and I got some good information for you guys. So last week, we got a big helping of justice. Okay?
It's a waste of a couple hours of
In
my
fact,
life.
this movie, Justice League from 2017, had so much justice in it that we didn't even get to talk about all of it. So we'll probably have some more later on this episode.
Oh, God.
Now,
Okay.
remember you asked me in our first segment of this, part 1, go back and watch our Man of Steel review. That was the first DCEU movie. I explained the difference between DC and Marvel, right?
Yes.
Now, we're watching all the DC Extended Universe movies.
Right.
But there are other movies that come out as well.
They're not going well so far.
But no, there are other DC movies that come out, but they're not part of the extended universe, the shared universe. They're just off.
They didn't even name it the extended universe, did they?
We talked about that, but that's still what it's called, right? Anyway, so get this. In August of 2016, we got David Ayer's Suicide Squad.
Right.
The next DC movie that came out was in February of 2017, and that was the Lego Batman movie.
Right, that was
which
cute.
is a great movie. I got my copy right here. If you haven't seen the Lego Batman movie, check it out. It's one of my favorite Batman movies. It's absolutely hilarious.
I just liked it when he put the lobster in the microwave.
Yeah, it's lobster thermidor. That's all he eats.
Listen, if I was Batman, that's all I would eat too.
So how does he get shredded abs eating nothing but lobster thermidor? Just
lobster
protein
itself is good. It's protein and it's got some.
But all the butter. He's not having any butter.
On it. Well, butter. That's
a little bit of lemon. So anyway, so that movie came out, and that's not part of the DCEU at all. That's actually a spin-off of the Lego movie.
Yeah.
Anyway,
well, that was.
So
fun.
It has nothing to do with that. But then the next movie we got was Wonder Woman in 2017. Okay, which is part of the DCEU, and we reviewed it.
Yes, we did.
But then after that, we got in July of 2018. No. Yes. July of 2018, we got Teen Titans Go to the Movies.
I like the Teen Titans.
Yeah. So
show.
this is that's a spin-off from the Teen Titans Go TV show.
Like
it's an animated show.
It's
that show is hilarious.
Our daughter used to watch it.
It's mostly watched by adults and parents.
It's fun.
If you're a DC fan, there's some deep cuts in that show, and it's absolutely hilarious. So much fun.
I like the one with the, what would she have, a pet butterfly or something?
You're talking about Starfire?
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly.
Anyway, I thought it was cute.
It is a great show. I think I've seen the first 4 seasons.
It's like the Lego movie.
And the movie.
It's kind of like the Lego.
But anyway, if you haven't seen Teen Titans Go, the show, or Go to the Movies, check them both out because they're hilarious.
Well, they know what they're doing. These DC movies so far don't know what they're doing. I mean, you look at the Cyborg way that how he's portrayed in Teen Titans versus how he's portrayed in that Justice League movie.
Oh yeah, it's way different. Completely different.
It's terrible.
Different takes on the character. One's dark and dreary, and the other is fun and happy and really funny.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not one's good, one's bad. It's just different takes on it.
Some people Justice League was bad.
The movie Joker. Okay,
yes.
Which made over $1 billion, came out in October of 2019.
I mean, I didn't love it, but I liked it.
In amongst a bunch of other DCEU movies, and that has nothing to do with these DCEU movies.
It was like a fresh take on it, which was enjoyable because it was like a different.
So that brings us up to where we are now, where we're reviewing Part 6, Aquaman. This was a great, fun time. And this is the only other DC movie besides Joker to make $1 billion at the box office. I can get the actual number if you want. So this was a big hit. Directed by James Wan, who's a great director.
It's terrible.
Starring Jason Momoa, who is chewing all the scenery on set. That means he's having such a blast. He's just there. He's in a playground to him. He's just like, what you need me to do? Throw this at a guy in Black Manta costume? You got it. My man.
I think it's terrible. I really didn't like it.
Okay, all-star cast. Made a whole ton of money. Christine, you go ahead and give us your thoughts there. You can rant all you want.
It's terrible. It's a ruined opportunity. All the characters are wooden. They don't speak properly. They speak like they're reading from a dictionary. even Aquaman himself, we don't really get much of a sense of his personality. He's the only one that talks like a normal person in the movie.
Yeah, everyone else is kind of, I am
They're all the
Princess
same person.
Mira, not a
They're
just
even
long ass
like,
title.
what's his name is in it there. Great actor, and he is the most stupidest
William
things
Dafoe?
to say, yes.
He plays Balco.
So stupid what they have him saying. It's just so bad. It's ridiculous. And I don't give a damn about these characters. They're just pieces of cardboard. Like, it's so dumb. What a waste of money. It should be like, I was thinking of the Thor movie. The Thor movie being a very similar entity as this. It's very similar. It is so fun. This is...
You're saying this
I'm
isn't
sorry.
fun?
No, this is a turd.
This was so
burger.
much fun.
No,
It's a
there's
fun
no jokes.
cartoon
There's
for
nothing
kids.
fun in it. There's nothing. They act like cardboard cutout people. It's terrible. Even Jason Momoa, they don't give him much to say. He's trying his hardest. But everybody is such a stick. And they have these ridiculous costumes. And the girl looks like someone who went to Shoppers Drug Mart and only had $2 to buy a box of hair dye. And couldn't afford the $6 box. And she had to get the $2 box. She looks so bad.
Talking about Amber Heard or Nicole Kidman?
I can't even... Ugh.
Which one?
The one with the red hair.
Yeah, Mira. That's Amber Heard.
It looks so bad.
It's supposed to
She
look like
has
that.
black eyebrows.
Yeah.
Okay? I tell you, the whole thing is off-putting. I didn't have any fun with it. They've ruined the opportunity with all these ocean underwater scenes and all this BS. And the characters are like, yes, let us fight now. You are bad. Like, that's basically the level of dialogue.
So you're saying bad dialogue on this one?
Bad dialogue, bad characters.
What about the score? Did you enjoy the score?
I couldn't even think of the score. That hair, dear, just ruined the whole movie for me.
Someone's hair.
So off-putting. And
Was it
Jason Momoa is the only one that gets to talk. And he really, this character, you still don't really know his personality.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to interact with all these stone-faced people who are like, quick, hurry, let's go to Greece. I mean, come on. It is bad.
What about Patrick Wilson?
Which one is he?
He played Orm, the Ocean Master.
He's the worst. What? Oh my god. You must join with me now. We must defeat the land dwellers. I mean, listen, we could act in this. Okay?
What about Tamara Morrison as his dad?
He just gets to sit in a lighthouse. It's actually very fancy.
Yeah,
and I don't like that they destroyed Petty Harbor either, so that just made me mad. But anyway,
I enjoyed that part. Petty Harbor is actually
Chief's Landing.
Petty Harbor is down the road from where we live in the St. John's area here in Canada. It ain't a great place. It may look nice, but
It is nice. It's just cold most of the time.
Nope.
Anyway, it's probably cold today. It's
Tamara
just bad.
Morrison plays Tom Curry, his dad. Did you enjoy him in his lighthouse?
Not really. Even his interaction with Nicole Kidman is so lame as well.
How about
It's
Nicole
just-
Kidman? Did
no.
you like her?
No, I love Nicole Kidman, but I didn't like her in this.
Okay. How about Dolph Lundgren as King Nereus from
He's doing
as
his
the King of
best,
Zebul?
as he says, "No, I do not agree with you. We must not fight the land dwellers now." I mean, come on.
You didn't like Nicole Kidman's performance?
No.
What
It's
about
terrible.
What about Randall Park as the crazy mad scientist?
Which is that guy?
During the news reviews,
Oh, I
he's
liked
like,
his
"Oh,
dad.
I know all about this."
I liked his dad. He's a Canadian guy. I don't know what his name is.
No, that's a different guy. Okay, Michael Beach plays Black Manta's dad.
Yeah, I like
okay?
the dad.
I was talking about
He
Randall.
he was doing his best, but again,
Did you enjoy
it was silly,
Yaya
and he wouldn't have made it falling all those many rocks.
Here.
Anyway,
Abdul
he was
Mateen
doing his
II
best.
as Black Manta?
He was doing his best, but again, they didn't give him much.
Yeah, no, but what he does with it, come on, you didn't think Black Manta was cool?
I don't think.
Look at that! Look at that! That's him right there. That's Black Manta.
Silly,
Look at that
but
ridiculous
I think it was
helmet.
silly. He was doing his best. The others were just getting a paycheck. Him and the dad and Jason Momoa were doing their best.
Okay, here.
The rest of them were like, bring on that comic book money.
I'm gonna put up this picture on the screen here. This is Black Manta. Look at this outfit and this ridiculously big helmet with the giant helmet and the giant eyes. It looks ridiculous. I love it.
I don't know.
That's exactly
That
what
was,
Black
like,
Manta should
probably
look like.
the best costume in the whole thing. I don't know why they were shooting a submarine, but regardless, we just won't go there because I could talk about that kind of stuff forever. But the dad was good. The Black Manta did his best. Jason Momoa did his best. But really, we don't even know him. And also, it was silly having Justice League before this movie. It should have come out after this movie.
We discussed why that was.
No one even knew this guy existed until this happened.
We discussed why that
But
was.
anyway, I'm just done with these movies at this point. I really don't want to watch another one. This one is worse than Superman. So that is very bad.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't think it could get worse, but Justice League was worse.
Yeah, you said
Worse
Justice
than
League was
Superman.
worse.
This one is like nestled in between Justice League.
So
this
Justice
one.
League's at the
Then
bottom, then Aquaman, then
then
Man of Steel.
yeah,
So
then
Man of Steel's moving up in your rankings.
The dog and the tornado is winning the race.
Okay, would you
Hey,
like to
that's
give
my-
your ranking now or wait until I give
don't
my
know.
ranking?
I don't know. If I gave Justice League a 26, I'll give this thing a 27 then. I don't know.
Wow, 1%. It was 1% better than Justice League.
Well, I just wanted it to be over. I'm like, I don't give a damn
It is a bit
about
longer.
these characters. Like, I don't really care. And it makes no sense. Like,
It's 2 hours, 23
just
minutes.
bad.
This is a bit longer because Justice
Yeah.
League was just
You
under
go
2
and
hours.
say how much you like.
Okay, here are the things. There are things I don't like about it, but here's what I overall I enjoyed most of the things from this movie. So here's what I like. Jason Momoa as Aquaman. He is chewing all the scenery. My man.
They still
Great.
don't give him much to say, though.
It's a superhero movie. None of them get much to say. Tamara Morrison as Arthur's dad, Tom Curry. Great. Jango Fett / Boba Fett. I love it.
I think it could have been it.
Nicole Kidman as Queen Atlanta. Oh man, I can't believe they made her do this.
I just think it was.
But the
stupid.
fact that she's in it shows that she's cool and all the
No.
things, and she was willing to do that for fans to, okay, and
She
also
wanted
for the
to
money,
she
but
wanted to buy
she's
another
great.
villa.
She's
That's
great
what it
in
was.
this. I love it.
I don't think she is actually because they gave her nothing good to say.
Patrick Wilson as Orm, aka Ocean Master. Awesome. I love it.
He is
He
terrible.
is so good. Hey, this is my section, okay? Okay? William Dafoe as Valko, great casting there. I can't believe he would do that, but it just shows how top tier actors would be like, "You want me in a superhero movie? I'll do it,"
He wanted
because
a
they're
villa
gonna
as well.
because they want to get paid, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yahya Abdul-Mateen as Black Manta. My goodness, he's not given much to work with, but he's given 110% for what he's given to do.
But of course,
And
he doesn't
The
get
Black
much.
Manta look and the story, I love it. It's
I don't really care for
ridiculous.
the
It's
looks.
comic book wacky. That helmet is the most ridiculous thing. I can't get enough of it. I love it.
See out of it, but anyway.
Amnesty Bay had a good representation, except for the Petty Harbor stuff.
It
so.
is Petty Harbor, but for some
But,
reason it can't be Petty Harbor. It has to be
Anyway,
Amnesty Bay.
Amnesty Bay looked alright. The lighthouse looked really good. The sub-pirate attack and the action with Aquaman, so when they're taking it over at the beginning, and that's where you get origin of Black Manta, and Aquaman's just being a dick, and he's doing his Captain America impression there with the sub lid, and he's throwing it around using it as a shield. And then we get the Black Manta origin. I love it. It's all good. It's definitely comic. This is essentially it's a cartoon made into live action, but it's still a cartoon. It's made for kids. It holds true to the lore. It's great. What else we got here? There's a lighthouse fight scene, so that's mostly with Nicole Kidman. The fact that she would do that, great.
Property.
That's now you're reaching here, okay? If you're gonna complain about stuff like that. There's a big fight of Orm versus Arthur in Atlantis in the arena. They use some of that in the promo material of people cheering after the tidal wave goes by. Love it. There's even a drumming octopus, which is from the comics, but it's so dumb.
But it's not funny.
I love it.
Like Thor was funny.
Okay, hey, this is my section.
It's not funny.
Mira gets changed fast when she goes to rescue Aquaman. They're in the arena watching. She's in this like white gown. Next time you see her, it's like 5 seconds later. Yeah. She's in her Mira outfit.
Nicole Kidman also pearled out the pearls like last minute somehow.
Yeah, well,
she's living like a fish skeleton.
And I think what it was, she took off the fish outfit and then she threw on like this royal robe over top of what she was wearing, and then threw on some pearls with it too. To be royalty, huh? Anyway, there's an Indiana Jones desert sequence. Of course, that's what you do with Aquaman. You put him in the desert, and it's hilarious. Becoming Black Manta. Oh yeah, and they used the Depeche Mode song. That was great. Orm equips Black Manta.
Depeche Mode song.
No, there's more than that. There's another great song. Okay, so yeah, Orm equips Black Manta. He gets the Atlantean tech, and then there's that montage of him building it.
To Depeche Mode music.
Yeah, and then there's a joke. He's like, I'm going to need a bigger helmet because it's not big enough, and that's why you get this giant thing on his head. What else was... Oh, yeah, there was the pee joke in the desert because Mira uses her water powers to pull water out of his face and then places the drop on the device. That activates it. Sure, okay. Anyway, he's like, oh, it works. Could have just peed on it. Or spit on it, I guess. But anyway.
Like the one joke.
It was a fun, dumb joke. I enjoyed it. Then they're in Italy. We get a great Roy Orbison song. Talk about great. Yeah, go look up this song, Roy Orbison. It's, She's a Mystery to Me. Great classic song. Then they're eating flowers because she doesn't understand because she's fish out of water. Okay, the Pinocchio joke. So this kid walks up to her and just hands her this book. Here, Pinocchio book.
Where did the kid get a book? He's like she's playing with a fountain or something.
It's in the market.
Has a big book all of a sudden.
It's in her market. Anyway, so it was a callback to when they hid in the whale earlier. That was fun.
The whole thing is just...
Djimon Hounsou is back because he's in so many DC movies and Marvel movies. Djimon Hounsou is back and he's a fisherman king. So he's this fish creature.
I just think it's just great. So bad.
Then we get the Aquaman versus Black Manta fight, and it's hilarious. Especially the Black Manta armor, it's dead on. It's dead on. I got no complaints.
Dead upon impact. I tell you that.
And then we found out that Mira's actually a real badass because she's fighting there too when they're in Italy.
She has no personality, this girl. All of a sudden in the desert, she talks differently when they're in the desert versus when every other time.
This doesn't sound like my review at all.
It's terrible, dear. I don't know why you're saying it's good because it's not.
Can I continue?
Continue.
So she's a real badass. She's not some just damsel in distress. And she fights the Atlantean troops there after them, so enjoyed that. Aquaman gets beat up a lot in this. He's winning at the beginning when they're saving Russians, which call back to Justice League. These movies have aged really poorly. They shouldn't be saving Russians, right?
And it sounds like the Russians were off the coast of Maine, so maybe they shouldn't have been there.
Hey, you know what? I'm not a fan of the Russians, okay? No, we shouldn't be saving the Russians right now. They're causing too many problems in the world.
The Russians that are spying off Maine? I didn't
get that
at all.
That part of these last two movies has not aged well.
They could have been anybody. I don't get that.
But after he saves them, that goes well. Then he's getting beat up a whole bunch of times until in the end, of course, when he wins. Black Manta gets thrown off a cliff. Man, I swear, he hits every rock on the way down. It reminds me of when Homer kept falling off the cliff at Springfield Gorge. I laughed so hard. I was the only one in my theater when I first saw that laughed, and I was laughing so hard at that.
Like Luke Skywalker needed a new biometric
thought that was hilarious. The trench, it's terrifying, and it looks great. At one point, they were gonna make a spin-off. James Wan was gonna do a trench horror movie. I'd watch the hell out of that. Why isn't that happening? Okay. the Ocean Master armor that they put Patrick Wilson in. I know some of it is visual effects, but oh man, that looks so good. That is dead on. And it looked ridiculous, and I loved it. Okay, center of the Earth portal. After they swim through the trench, suddenly there's this portal there. Sure, why not? And then it goes somewhere else. And they find Nicole Kidman. They make Nicole Kidman dress up in this disgusting fish armor.
Oh, but her pearls are right next to it.
Okay. No, she didn't get the pearls until later, after the battle. You gotta pay attention to these movies.
It's so bad.
Anyway, they make Nicole Kidman wear this ridiculous outfit, and they make her lie on some rocks and then use a wave machine to throw water at her and spray cold water at her. They're like, get in there and get into that pool, and we're going to turn on this machine. You're going to get doused with really cold water. This is what the fans want to see, Nicole Kidman. And she does it. Anyway, just shows that she's cool. She'd be willing to. Now this giant kraken-like monster.
It wasn't like a kraken.
I don't know what it was. It was there.
It was like a Venus flytrap looking thing.
Yes, it kind of combined a bunch of different creatures. It's the monster that they're talking about from Atlantean lore at the beginning of the movie. Anyway, that thing is real, and you know who does the voice of that thing?
No.
Julie Andrews. Can you believe that?
Like a pleasant voice.
They got Julie Andrews to do the voice of this giant monster thing.
Did she know she was like a Venus flytrap kraken?
You know, I'm sure she did.
I'm sure she did.
Okay. And she's like, yeah, you're going to pay me how much for this? Okay.
They could have at least made her pretty and put, like, I don't know, pretty colors like every other thing.
If you don't know who Julie Andrews is, Mary Poppins. That's who she is.
Yeah, well, they could have made it look nicer. Everything else looked nice.
The Aquaman armor at the end, that is dead on accurate. Completely dead on. All the costumes are all dead on.
Moronic.
And they look ridiculous, and it's great.
I don't think it's great.
Because you have no nostalgia for this. And you
that
never
hair?
read comic books.
Oh my god.
The Atlantis versus the Brine Kingdom battle. You got Patrick Wilson riding atop of CGI shark and then charging into an army of CGI crab people. And they're like, and he's just telling them to surrender and bow towards me and I'll be Ocean Master. And the Crab King is like, I'm a crab, I'll never stop being a crab, go to hell, Patrick Wilson.
You know what I was thinking? I wanted to get a lobster today and cook it up in a pot.
And I'm sitting there, this is so over the top, and I remember thinking that when I first saw it, I'm like, this is so over the top.
It's making me hungry for seafood.
I love it. It's so ridiculous. The Aquaman versus Ocean Master final fight between the two of them. Now I want to say something here. Because the traditional Aquaman is always blonde, the white guy with blonde hair. Now Jason Momoa has brown hair, and he's got long hair, and he's got the goatee or sometimes the beard. So to do that, to make that contrast, what they did is normally Orm, his stepbrother there, Ocean Master, he normally has dark hair and a darker complexion. So they reversed it and they made Orm have the traditional Aquaman look. So that's why Patrick Wilson looks like he's playing Aquaman from Super Friends.
Nicole Kidman is his mother. So obviously one took after the mother and the other one took after the father.
Would you concede that final fight between the two of them was pretty cool?
No, I don't like it. I just was like, oh, just get this over with.
And finally, we get a mid-credit scene. Or end credit scene with Randall Park. And he's got Black Manta back.
Oh, yeah.
So we see more of him in the news reports, and then now he's acting all mad scientist-like, and now apparently he fished out Black Manta from the ocean, and he's gone there, he's like, you gotta show me how to use this. He's like, yeah, sure, and let's go after him. So he's not done. He's still on his revenge quest. He's gotta get righteous justice for the death of his dad.
Best, but they weren't giving him much.
Good. Those are those are most of the things I liked about it, but I'm sure I could pull out more if I watch it again. That was great. What rating did you give this?
27.
I give it between best worst movie, best movie ever for sure. Check out Aquaman from 2018. Came out in December, so it came out after the Teen Titans Go movie came out.
I think they should be embarrassed putting
This
good actors and making them say these most stupidest lines.
This movie had a total worldwide box office of $1.148 billion. Okay, $1,148,000,000.
It was bad.
And
it's really bad.
This tells us people enjoyed it, and you're in the
You
minority.
didn't know what they were going to see.
What's it rated on Rotten Tomatoes? It is rated 65% fresh rating and 72% audience score. Oh, so those are lower
Bad.
scores. But everyone went to see it.
Because they thought they were going to get a Thor type movie, and instead they got this garbage. I mean, the only 72% is probably all the women that want to see Jason Momoa with his shirt off. You know. I mean, that's the only good thing about it.
I wasn't there to see Jason Momoa with his shirt off, but if that's your thing, go right ahead. You don't need to be into that. This movie's awesome. Check it out for sure. Such a fun time. It's over the top. It's one of the DCEU movies that I've seen the most. Because I've watched it so many times. It's just such a fun time.